Hi everybody, welcome to my hillside urban garden. Today I'm going to talk about sun scalding on plants. So here in California, our summers are getting warmer. So what I've got to do with some of my more delicate plants, for instance, this is my avocado tree. I have it here in a pot in a corner where it can get shade from the afternoon sun. So our sun is getting a little bit more intense, and I'm finding that the leaves will get scalded if I don't cover them when we have temperatures in the high 90s or the 100s. So I'm going to show you how to cover a plant with some things you probably already have around the house, so there's no cost to you, and it will help for the few days that this plant needs to be covered, so it can save it from being burned. So I'll tell you what I do. So there's a few different kinds of materials that you can use. This is in a pot, so it makes it a little bit easier. And the three sticks that you can use are, I don't know if you have any of these green things around. They're like metal inside, but then they have a green plastic on the outside. And of course, there's always an old bamboo stick. You've got that hanging around, or even a 1x1. Here's a 1x1 piece of wood. You can also use like a maybe like an old yardstick. That would work as well, something like that, or even an old maybe old metal hanger for your clothes that you can unravel and make something that could form a tent on the top. So there's a lot of different things you can use, and remember, this is temporary. It's for 2, maybe 3 days when the sun is really hot and you want to protect your plant. So it's just something to use temporarily. And another thing to cover the top is going to be, I just use one of my husband's old t-shirts. You can use an old towel. I like to use something light colored because it can actually allow some sun in, so the plant isn't totally covered. It's just covered from the heat of the sun. So use something, a piece of cloth. If you have an old sheet, you can use that. But I think I would cut the sheet a little bit smaller so there's still air circulation around the plant. So I would say something that's maybe a 3x3, 4x4, depending on how big your plant is. You can see, compared to me, my avocado tree is pretty small. It's in a pot, and to be honest, I'm amazed it's still alive, because I'm in Northern California, not Southern California, and so it's a little more difficult to grow them up here. You have to kind of really have the exact spot. This spot does work well, but I've noticed that when the sun gets really hot, I get some scalding on the leaves, so I've been covering it lately. So let me show you how I do it. So I've got the sticks put in the ground. It already has a bamboo stick here already because I use it to help, direct it where to grow. And I put these green ones in the ground here around it and in the pot, just so I could make my cover. So what I usually do is I'm going to put it in a way where the t-shirt, if it is going to drape down, it's going to drape down in the direction of either south or west, because that is the more intense sun, and that's the one that we really want to cover the most. So you can leave it more open on the north and the east side of the plant, but if you're going to have to drape a piece down, drape it down in either the south or the west, where they're going to get the most intense sun. And to actually stake this up, to kind of push it up here, I just use ordinary desk supplies. So, you have a lot of people working from home now. If you got these little clamps that you use for paper in the office, all sizes, I've got a big one here up to a small one. These all go very well around the sticks that I have in there, and it will hold the t-shirt on very well. And I have a lot of wind here in the afternoon, so that helps keep it up as well. So let's just try to place this. Let's see how well we can do. So let's see here. So we'll start with the big one. I'll put that up here. And I'm just going to clip it on the top. You can clip it on the top or clip it on the side. It really doesn't matter. And then I've got my one over here. So I'm just kind of stretch it out. I've got these other little things here that have a little clip left over from an old tomato cage. And I'm going to stretch this over here again with the clip. Okay, so you can see already we've got some protection for the plant. And remember I talked about the draping down? Well, behind me is kind of the southwest, and that's where I'm going to keep it down, but I'm still going to wrap it around this final pole. So I'm going to wrap it around here. And I've got one more of the desk clips. I'm going to put that on there. So you can see here that I've got my little drape down over here, and that's going to protect it from the afternoon sun. It still has air circulation in here, but yet the whole entire plant is, the whole canopy of this particular tree is covered by this old t-shirt. But the air circulation is good. It still gets some air, and it still can get some sunlight in there because I'm using something it's white and the sun can actually get some light through. So that's an idea. If you're trying to cover some of your plants for a few days, this will be it for a couple days, and then I'm going to go ahead, take it down, store it until the next time we have some hot weather, and trust me, it'll be out again. So I hope that helps for people who are looking for some ideas on how to cover some of their plants temporarily. So always remember, everybody, to be safe in the garden. Always wear your hat and your sunscreen. Thanks. Bye.